So excited to have you with us today. I've got our Techno Wizard team with me this morning. I've got Ethan Bird and Jacob Erickson, and these are the guys who make this all work. I'm the magician. I get to wave my little wand. I get to come up on the stage and look good, and I get all the applause. But the reality is that the magician doesn't do anything. He's the distraction. He's the one that's supposed to distract you from watching what really happens, which is behind the scenes. These are the guys that get the elephant on stage. I wave my little wand, and the elephant disappears. Well, the magician didn't do squat. It's the Techno Wizards that made all that happen. And so I'm so excited to have these two gentlemen on, especially today as we talk about some of the new features and some of the new things that we have in the foundation. As you know, we've been working like dogs trying to get this baby up and running, and we're so excited. You know, we have the new app is going to be out here very shortly. We have a test group that's already testing the app, so we're excited about that. And if you want to be part of that test group, make sure you just email us at successandmoneyfoundation@gmail.com, and we'll add you to our group. But hopefully that app's going to be coming out here in the next little while. This morning, I want to talk to you about some new features and some new things that we've created. You know, our goal is very simple at the foundation. Our goal is to provide free success and money classes for anyone, anywhere. Now that's kind of a big, tall order. And, you know, our goal is to figure that out. And so we want to talk to you about some new things that we've created. And the Techno Wizards are the ones that figured this out. They're the ones that have done it all. And they're going to be talking a little bit about today. So we're going to talk about a couple specific things. We're going to talk about the new leaderboard of influencers and their groups. So there's two kinds of groups that we have. One is the influencer. Every one of you are an influencer for good. Every one of you are an enroller. And this is a new page that we have, a new leaderboard, so that it has the ability for you to be able to see all the top influencers, all the people who have enrolled the most people, who have helped them enroll more people, and the hours. The hours, what's really, really important. It's not so much how many people you enrolled, it's the hours that they've been online. That's how we measure our success. And they're going to be telling you a little bit about that. So that is a big part of what we do, is that leaderboard, so that you can see the top influencers. And everybody has a group. Everybody has a group. Everybody has a group. When you sign up and you share your QR code or your personalized URL, that person is connected to you. And then when they enroll somebody, then that is basically on your second level. And again, we're not an affiliate program. We're not selling things right at this. Here we are just trying to have fun and see what kind of impact that you are. So that's the new influencer group. We're going to be showing that off in just a second. Number two is the Techno Wizards have figured out how to be able to put transcriptions in other languages. And we're going to demonstrate that to you today with our successandmoneyfoundation.com, which is a faster version and a smaller version of successmoneyfoundation.org. So I want you to think of the .com as a little bit faster. It's easier to load. We don't have all the leaderboards. We don't have all that stuff that slows it down. It's just really quick, and it's an easy thing for you to be able to use when you want to refer people or send people to the site. And then you'll also send them your personalized link as well. So you'll send them two things. You can use the .com for speed, especially if you're in an area where data is slow. This is very helpful. And then number two, you'll send them your personalized QR code to sign up, or the URL. Also, we have a medical mission that we're doing, and this happens on Saturday morning. And we're going to be Zooming in live, myself and Ethan, and any other people we have that want to be part of that. We're going to be doing that on Saturday morning in the Philippines. And so if you're interested in that, we're going to bring Daryl and Johnson, to tell you a little bit more about that, and how if you're interested and it's appropriate for you, how to be able to get more information and be able to show up. So I'm going to have to turn the time over now to my Techno Wizards here, and we're going to talk a little bit about the new fun toys. These are just like Fun-O-Matic, huh? So let's talk about the first one. Let's go to the new leaderboard, and let's show them the new leaderboard, guys.
Okay, I've got that pulled up right here. Let me share my screen really quick. All right, are you seeing this okay?
Yep, we're seeing this great. So take us through it.
All right, so here's the new leaderboard. If you need to find it, you can go up to leaderboards and it's the very top link, top influencers and their groups. So it looks like our old influencer leaderboard. You can see at the top here, we've got Johnson. You can see how many people he's enrolled and how many people they have gone and enrolled. So because of Johnson inviting all of these 180 people, 197 additional people were enrolled because of them. And then you can see the total hours of impact that he's had, which is, it's crazy, 5,200 hours.
Now that only includes the people that have gone online and gone through the online courses. There's an additional about half as much more of all the people who come to our live Zoom classes. So that number is really closer to 7,500 or so.
Yeah, this is only counting the actual hours on the site watching classes. So like Tom is saying, some of these people are in Zoom class every week. They're online learning all the time. So this impact is even bigger. But now what's really cool is you can actually click to see your team or your group. So if you click on Johnson here, he's got a total of 197, but this is going to show you the people in your group that have gone and enrolled somebody else. So for example, Johnson enrolled Daryl here, and Daryl's on the top there. Daryl has gone and enrolled an additional 60 people who have spent 1,358 hours online on the site. So that's really cool.
Let me see if I get this right, Ethan. So on the very, it shows grand total of 197, which is great. So 197 people got a free membership. Then it's showing all the people that have duplicated and that they have hours in addition to that. So this is kind of a fun two-layer that you can see.
Yep. And it's really cool because it shows that Johnson not only just sent out a link and then didn't do anything afterwards, but he stuck with his people and helped teach them how to go invite more people as well. Which it really expands your circle of influence. If you teach the people how to go share it, then you're reaching all of their friends as well. So that's really awesome. And now,
Ethan, it's kind of like the parable of the teaching a man how to fish. You know, if you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. But if you give him a fishing pole, you can feed him for a lifetime. But if you can teach him how to teach, you can change a whole generation. And that's what we're trying to do here, is that we're trying to provide great information. We're trying to encourage people to share the wealth of getting a free membership, and then encouraging them to go to class and telling other people. That's how we're going to make a huge difference around the world. This is a great leaderboard. Continue, please.
Yep. So the last piece of this, the new information that we've added is you can actually click in an additional level. So I can click on Daryl here, and you can see those 60 people who Daryl enrolled as well. And all of that is from Johnson inviting Daryl, Daryl getting excited and going out and inviting more people. So you can actually see the impact that you're making. If you go and find your own name on this page, you can see all the people who you've enrolled and the people they've enrolled, and it's really fun to see. So I think, do you have anything else to add on that?
Yeah,
Tom, for the influencer?
One of the things we're doing is that we're still working. I mean, it's very difficult to get all this data compiled from all over the world. So we're still working with the big programmers at Domo to add more pieces to it and to make sure that it's correct. So if it might look a little different to you, just trust us, we're still working on it to make it really, really good. But again, the big piece, the exciting piece for us is that it shows you the people you've enrolled, and it shows you what your impact is. And that total number on the right side, just take about half more and add to it, because that's how many people are going to the live classes on Zoom. Okay, perfect. All right. What else do you want? Do you want to show us a little bit about the successandmoneyfoundation.com, which is a way that you can speed through, because one of the problems we have is the .org is so big and it's got so much data and it's crunching so much numbers from all over the world that sometimes it slows it down if you have slow internet. So we have created a new page called successandmoneyfoundation.com. And the purpose of that is that it's fast, it's quick, and it's just for you to be able to share with people, and they can see kind of an introductory. But the coolest part is the techno wizards have figured out how to get this transcribed in other languages. So we've got about 30 different languages that's on there now. So show it off. Let's see that.
All right, so here is the .com page. You can see, I'll compare the two. This is the .org. Here's .com. So it's basically the same site. We just simplified it down, cut off all the extra stuff so you can send this out to your friends and not have to worry about the page loading in all these additional resources. And one of the coolest parts about this is we're working on making this available for anyone, anywhere, including people with bad Wi-Fi, slow internet. We want them to be able to have access to this information as well. And not only that, we're trying to include as many languages as possible. So on these videos here, if you go down to settings, you can see all these languages that we've added on as captions. One of the ones I was excited about is Cebuano here. We need some help from you guys to go through and check these translations. They should be pretty good, but if there's any errors, we want to get those fixed as quick as possible. So I'll add this translation on here. Give it a second to load in. There you go.
So they actually hear it in English, but then they can also read it in the transcript in different languages, correct?
Yep, that's correct. So if you speak any of these languages, go in and check out the .com page. Go to these videos and try the translations.
And if you find any errors or anything, feel free to either message any of us on Facebook, or I just sent our email into the group chat. Feel free to email us and say, hey, this video is wrong right here, and we'd love to be able to reach out, talk to you, and be able to get it right, because we speak a couple languages, but we don't speak them all, and so we need you guys' help. So yeah.
Let me talk on that. Let me talk on that just a little bit. So I'll just tell you logistically how it works is that we do this in English first, and it gives us a transcription, and then we go make the changes so that it's better grammatically. Then it converts it into another language. So if there's mistakes in the new language, we literally have the ability to go in and with your help to update it to make it even more correct. So if you're interested in being one of our translators and volunteering to help us with this language or any other language, like Jake said, make sure that you just email us at Success Money Foundation at gmail.com and tell us that you're interested in being one of our translators to help us make this even better and better. Okay, so this is pretty cool, Ethan. And so you can see that we've done this on all these different classes. The key is the little gearbox. Show them that little gearbox down on the bottom right there. That's the gear that if you click on that, that will pull up all the different languages that we have. And again, this first one is designed so that you can share this with people with all different languages around the world. And then, of course, you want to send them your personalized link in a separate text so that they can join and they can be connected to you and you can follow how well they're doing. Okay, Ethan, anything else on this particular one? Let's take them back.
Good.
Let's take them to the .org and show how we put a few of those onto the .org.
Yes, we have this first video here on the .org. So you scroll down past the purpose and the missions. We've got the captions on there as well. And then I think we've got a few of them down here. We might still be working on adding into these ones.
I think
it's just this one for now. So we started here, and then we're going to keep adding additional languages to all these videos as we go. And we're hoping to build a section on courses as well, where you're actually going to be able to go through a course and earn points in whatever language you're most comfortable with.
Let's throw that into the chat right now. How many of you would be interested in using this technology so that we can put the transcript of your language as you're going through class? Jump in the chat right now and tell me if that's something that's needed, that if you think that would be great for family and friends, or if we can not do it. Okay, let's hear about it. Are you interested? Are you excited about having these additional languages on there? And especially if so you can hear it and be able to change whatever language is on the bottom of it. Okay, it'd be great. Perfect. Put them in there quick if you would, please. Okay, yep, coming in here. Yep, good, good. Good, good, good. And then in addition, put what languages you would like us to put on. What are the languages that you would like us to put on so that it's helpful for you and your family and friends? You know, I know a lot of parents, for example, may not speak English as well or understand English, that if they can hear it and see it, that's a big bonus for them. Okay, good. Send us an email if you would to Success Money Foundation and Gmail and tell us if you're interested to help us on being a volunteer, as well as what other languages you would like. Okay, Ethan, let's go ahead and bring Daryl and Johnson on for just a second, and let's talk about the medical mission that we're doing on Saturday in the Philippines.
Yeah, let's bring him up here. There's Johnson.
Johnson,
Daryl.
you're muted, Johnson. And Daryl, there you go.
Yes, Tom.
Daryl, you're muted as well.
All right.
Can you hear me now?
Yep. So
Awesome.
these guys are doing something really exciting this weekend. Yeah, it's this weekend. It's just in a few days. Saturday morning in the Philippines, and it's going to be Friday afternoon here in the US, but you guys can announce more of that. So go ahead, Johnson. You can start us off.
Okay. Yan. Magandang gabi po sa lahat. Magkaroon po kami ng medical mission ngayon sa Sabado dito po sa aming stake sa Paniki. Kasama ko po si Bishop Darrell. So ito po yung tulong namin na lagi pong narinig natin na binibigkas ni Tom na the secret of living is giving. So ito yung blessings na na-receive namin sa foundation. At the same time, itulong din namin sa mga tao na mga nangangailangan. So yung medical mission na mangyayari sa Sabado is tinulungan po kami ni Tom at ganoon din sa ilan Ethan sa mga dito sa Success and Manon Foundation. And I hope gawin din po natin ninyo diyan sa inyong lugar na matulungan din po yung mga tao na nangangailangan sa pamagitan po natin. Thank you po sa mga nandito ngayon, sa mga classmate po namin dito na sa pagpanood po natin ng mga courses dito. Isa din po kayo sa blessings na itinulong namin sa ibang tao. At kung sino po yung medyo mas malapit dito sa amin, pwede po kayong pumunta para tumingin or sasama doon sa medical mission na gagawin natin. Itulong sa mga tao. Siap.
Thank you so much for all those people who are here, especially those people who are bringing people in this foundation. So basically we're going to have our medical mission on Saturday, and the recipient for this medical mission are the people who are needing medical care or medical attention. Basically this medical mission made happen because of all of us here in the foundation. I would like to express my gratitude to the founder of this foundation, Tom Painter, Ethan Bird, for making this happen. But like what Tom is saying always, this is not his foundation. This is our foundation, which means we are here to learn and we are here to help people. And this will be the second time that we're going to do this in the place of Bishop Johnson. The first one was with the Mabuhay Foundation, which we've done really, really great. So we are happy to announce that because of you, because of this, the things that you were doing here in the foundation, because of the learning that you're going through every time you watch videos, this medical mission made it happen. So this will be a great Christmas gift for those people who are going to receive medical attention on on Saturday. So my encouragement to everybody is to continue learning, continue studying successful people, and continue doing the things that we are doing, especially what we are learning from the best people, especially financial aspect of our lives. And thank you so much. Thank you. And we're going to make this a meaningful event, not only for those recipient, but for you, of course, because we would like to express our gratitude to each one of you. If I can only hug each one of you, I'm definitely going to do it. But as we are far from each other, I can just give you a virtual hug. All right. So thank you so much. So we're going to do this in Paniki, Tarlac. So if you have if you're far from Tarlac and if it happen that you have a family there, just let them know and let us know so we can accommodate them, and so that they can see what the foundation is really all about. So spread the news, spread the word to everyone who are near here, and we would happy to meet them. So everyone, thank you so much.
What's the location and time? Tell us a little bit about the logistics.
Well, the location is in Paniki, Tarlac. The landmark that probably can be easily identified, it's behind the McDonald's. So that would be the landmark. But for the exact address, for the number and the lot and all that, I don't have any idea. But for the landmark, it's behind the McDonald's. That's it. If you see a white chapel there with a basketball court, then that's it. That's the landmark.
And what time are you starting?
So we're starting at 7:30 a.m. 7:30 a.m. and all throughout the day, probably.
So people ought to get there as early as they can. You have some doctors on staff that are coming in, and again, the goal is to be able to help people with whatever they need. And so when you go to that building, I want you to do two things. One is when you go to that McDonald's, I want you to be thinking about how they built McDonald's. Literally McDonald's. I mean, one of the things I want you to research and think about that, instead of just going to McDonald's and getting a hamburger or whatever it is, think, how did he do this? How did they get this McDonald's in the Philippines, in Tarlac, when it started, in California? And so that's one of the things that I do. Whenever I'm at Disneyland or whatever, I wonder, how did they do this? And I learn from them, and then I try and put those secrets into my own world. So that's a little plug for learning about McDonald's. But we're so excited to have you to come. If you have family or friends that need some kind of medical attention, at least we can give you some feedback, maybe point you in the right direction. Hopefully have some services that might be appropriate for you. Send a text or an email. Daryl, how's the best way to get a hold of you?
Well, they can reach me out through Messenger. That's probably the fastest way that they can reach out to me.
And what's your handle on your Messenger?
Well, my name is, I'm gonna put it in the chat so that everyone can see it. That's it. Just type that and you can reach me out. And if you have any questions regarding anything about the foundation, then I'd be happy to assist you in any way possible.
Okay, awesome. All right, great guys. That's awesome. We're going to be there live. I think Ethan and I are both going to be there. I'm going to speak English and Ethan's going to speak some foreign language. What are you going to speak, Ethan?
I don't even know. I'll try to speak some Tagalog if I can.
And then we'll have to have Daryl translate that so that you can understand what he's saying. He has to translate for me because they have no idea what I'm saying. So we're excited about that. That's this coming Saturday, starting at 7 a.m. And we're excited to have you there. If you need some help, that's a place that you can go. This is one of the programs that the foundation supports. And we're just one of the groups that are supporting the people on that day. So thank you guys for being here. We're going to say goodbye to our friends from around the world, and we're going to come back because we have Peter Caro and his daughter Audrey are going to be jumping in, and we're going to be doing some classes about businesses. This is a very successful individual, and he's going to be doing our next class. All right, we'll see you in just a second.